Trey, you score your first touchdown at BYU on Saturday night in the rivalry game. What was that moment like for you?
It was a little surreal. I couldn't really take in everything that happened until I got back to the sideline. I sat down and took a deep breath, and just like, wow, like that really happened. It's been a long time coming. I feel like I've been here forever, so it was really cool, and it was awesome. But at that point in time, I was just thinking, okay, we need to get the ball back and get back out on the field. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I'm definitely happy to have that one under my belt.
As a running back, it's funny that it came via the pass, but you'll take it however it comes, right?
Yeah, no, any way that it comes, it's funny because as you go through the week, the stuff that you game plan and the plays that you're like, okay, this is when I'm going to score on, it's usually something you never expect is going to be the play that works, or it's going to be a scramble drill touchdown that we've seen so many times. The receiver is open behind coverage and he goes. But yeah, no, that was not the play. If I was trying to guess what play I was going to score on, I didn't think it was going to be that one, but it was awesome.
Ty Detmer just mentioned that this football team is full of mature young men and guys that have good attitudes. What has the emotional roller coaster been like for you and the team from after the game on Saturday night to this point midweek preparing for now Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's where a lot of the maturity has to come in, and a lot of our leaders and captains have to step up, because it's hard not to dwell on that one and be sad and feel sorry for yourself. But it's a long season. If we sit around and we think about that too much, we're not going to go out and have a very good week this week. So on Monday, we kind of had to just hone it in, get ready for game prep, installation. So right now it's all Wisconsin. It's on to the next one.
From the outside, it's interesting because it's been a lot of talk about Utah. Obviously, that game matters. But it's like, oh, there's a top 10 team coming into town. So what's the prep been like for another really good team?
It's been fun. It's been cool watching film on these guys. You watch film from last year and you see them playing dudes who are now in the NFL this year. So it's definitely the talent level thing. It's cool playing teams like this on stages like this. And Coach did a good job this offseason kind of drilling that in, that this season is going to be a little different schedule-wise. So that's why it has to be on to the next one. Win or lose, you can't think about it too much. You may have that evening on Saturday night and Sunday to think about it, but Monday comes around and you have to be mature and you have to move on to the next one.
How is Wisconsin different defensively compared to LSU and Utah?
I feel like they're all so similar. They're all well coached. They're all very disciplined. They're big dudes. There's a lot of talent. But at some point, it can't really be too much focus on them. It has to be us executing what we do, because I feel like when we execute what we do and we execute the game plan that Coach puts together, we should be able to play with anybody. So they are athletic, they are well coached, they are disciplined, but this week has been kind of a focus on us and what we can do and executing what we do consistently.
Right now, the rushing game, about 75 a game. I know you guys want that higher. So what's the conversation like right now to try and boost that number, which will ultimately lead to better offense?
We've done a little bit different things at practice this week to kind of try to make that work. Just a lot more meetings with the offensive linemen so that we are on the same page with blocking schemes and certain things like that, and just being patient. And right now you can't get too anxious. You can't freak out because it is a long season, and if you get too anxious, it's not going to go very well. So right now we're trying to be patient, but we do have that urgency to realize that the running game does need to come along if we want to do well in other aspects of the game.
On film, because you guys break this stuff down at a different level than the average football viewer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right?
I thought everyone had
Breaking
access
news.
to the all-22
that
coaches
this is happening.
cam. Yeah.
What are you seeing in that footage that makes you encouraged about the direction of the BYU offense? Because right now, a lot of people see 33 points in 3 games. What are you seeing? Be like, no, look, we're going to turn the corner.
Well, the plays are there. I mean, you saw in the game there was a lot of drop balls with guys that were open in situations that would have changed the game. There are lots of times that guys are open in windows or behind coverage, and we're missing them, or guys aren't making plays. There's a lot of plays being left on the field, and it's going to come down to us preparing appropriately and being mature and getting that consistency going. And I feel like when that happens, BYU fans will be a lot happier than they are.
How's the preparation of the group of quarterbacks right now?
It's well. I mean, Coach Detmer does a good job of keeping those guys level. They're really even keel right now, and there's a lot of maturity in that group. Whether it's Tanner, Bo, Coy, any of the other quarterbacks. It's the same mindset when you're in. Doesn't matter if it's the first group of offensive linemen or second group. No matter who's in, we want to execute it the same way. And those guys are all leaders, and they do a good job. When we get in the huddle, they take lead of the huddle. And I feel comfortable with whoever's in. If it's Coy, it's Tanner, it's Bo, any quarterback, I feel like we should be able to go out, run the offense, and execute it.
What's been the most challenging part of this season for you?
For me, I don't know what's been the most challenging. You know, I've been able to play on special teams, been able to play on offense. The most challenging thing is probably being a little dude in pass pro, but, you know, you got to work it. That's when the technique, you know, and everything comes to it. You can't just go running in there just head down. You know, I'm 185 pounds, so that's probably been the toughest thing, and I've been working on it the most. And I feel like I'm strong enough to kind of hang in there. So that's been probably the biggest key that I've been focusing on.
What's the number one thing your dad, James, has said to you about the season so far? Advice for you or anything? He's told me to be patient. It'll all come together. Things will start to work out. The offense, it's a little bit different. I think BYU fans see that it's a different group. Taysom is gone, Jamal is gone, and we have a different group of guys with maybe a different skill set. So he just tells me to be patient. It'll all come together, and like I said earlier, when it all comes together, I think things will really start to roll, and we'll be okay.
What are your expectations at this point for BYU football during the 2017 season?
My expectations are high. I mean, I feel like this week, just worried about this one, feel like we should be able to go out there and play BYU football and do things, because BYU has played on big stages like this and done well in the past. So I don't think anybody's very timid going into this situation or going into this game. So my expectations are high. I feel like we can go out there and do well. I'm not going to do a Joe Mammoth or guarantee anything or anything like that, but I feel like the offense will continue to progress, and I feel like we will continue to be mature and hang together as a team.
If we get you a fur coat, will you do it?
Hey, yeah, if you give me a mink coat,
throw a mink coat on, then
then
you'll guarantee win?
No, let's do it.
Okay, we'll go look for that.
Yeah, definitely.
When you talk to Ty Detmer and you look at, okay, what's the number one thing we need to work on to make our offense better? What's at the top of that list?
Consistency, execution. I mean, the plays are there. There were many opportunities that we missed, many yards left on the field. I mean, there were touchdowns left on the field with little things. I think there was an offensive pass interference, just little things like that, for example, that we watch in film, and we change that. You hope that going forward, little miscues or mistakes like that don't happen. So those are the type of things that we're going to look to eliminate and just be better going forward.
Trey, congratulations on your first BYU touchdown.
Appreciate it.
Look forward to many more, and good luck against Wisconsin.
Hey, thank you.